Testing. Fix that. All right, Shalom Israel. Shalom Yahweh Yahshua Barakatham to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatha Ba'Shem Yahshua to the sisters. We are the I.S.U.P.K Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Today, for those of y'all who've been following class, we've been going over the book of Genesis. Today, we're actually going to go to chapter 9, 1 through 7. We decided to go past the other two chapters just for now because that just goes over more in detail of how the earth flooded and things of that sort. But we'll cover all that, and then we'll get started with chapter 9. You guys know that?
Wow, sir.
All right. So with that being said, Ahmadian, which just me and the brother up here.
This is here. SHALAM, which means to Israel. Okay. Majum Wapanyan Hakudam, which means to rise and face the east. We'll be going over the prayers in the Hebrew and then the English. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Latan Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaf Lanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Banasai 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata Parath, La'ai Wilamium, Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Our
daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not
into temptation.
But deliver us
from evil.
For
thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the glory. Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Amen. This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'Shem. Yahweh Shah. Babu Kashah. Nathan Lanawa. Hakak. Larpa'a. Kal Mak'Allah. Wakal Manawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamata Zarayim. Hakak. Lahakoyim. Hamathium. Hakak. Al. Rakawath. Hatama'ala. Lagar Shun. Ba'Shem. Yahweh Shah. Do Water. Amen.
This is Hakak, which is the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Please
Please
give us the power.
give us the power.
Power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name.
In the name
of Yahweh.
of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Ma'aka Allah.
Wa Ma'aka Allah.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Tazab Ya'ah.
Ha Tazab Ya'ah.
Ala Wap Yahanna.
Ala Wap Yahanna.
Hala Wap Yam.
Hala Wap Yam.
Hasaranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Hakwatazar Yonyam.
Hakwatazar Yoyam.
Haka Yonyam.
Haka Yayoyam.
Waha Wa'akyam.
Waha Wakyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shai.
Go water.
Water.
Amen.
Amen. It's the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commander Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Yanya.
All. Ahoryam.
Ahoryam.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azoya.
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 Ma'ain.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa Ratazah.
Wa Ratazah.
All Yathan.
Ayathan.
Lama Watts.
Watts.
Regalka.
Gog.
All.
All.
Yalawam. Shamarka.
Mark.
Hana.
Nah.
La'ah.
Ah.
Yalawam.
One.
Wala'ah.
Ah.
Yayashan.
Shun.
Shawamar.
Shamar.
Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazarka. Al Yad. Yam Yanka. Yawamam. Hashemash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Bala Yala. Yahweh. Yashmarka. Makal. Right. Yashamar. After Pascha. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza Afka. Waba Wa'aka. Ma'aika. Wa'ait. I will. Get it later.
Yeah. This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help.
My help
coming from the Lord.
Coming from the Lord.
Which made heaven.
Which made heaven.
And earth.
And earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall not slumber.
Shall not slumber.
Nor sleep.
Nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade.
Upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
From all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
And this time forth.
And even.
And even.
Forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Dam Yalaka.
All the Yalaka.
Al Taka Orash.
All thou Karash.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
All thou Shakwat.
All. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Owa Yab Yaka.
Our Yabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahamaya one.
Ra'ash.
Ash.
Al Aimaka.
Alimaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Yamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Why?
Ya'ataza Yawa.
Ya'itazawa.
Al Taza Pawanyaka.
Altazawa.
Amarwa. Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakita.
Wanakaki.
Magarya.
Goya.
Wala I.
Wala.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shum.
Shum.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Atazawa.
Nawa Atazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakab.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarath.
Ahalya.
Hoy.
Alawam. Why?
Wow.
Yashama.
Yashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa Abba.
Awab.
Wahagaryam.
Goya.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wama one.
Wab one.
Wama lot.
Amazah.
Palasha.
Palasha.
Ain.
Ain.
Yashab.
Yashab.
Tazawar.
War.
Gamasha war.
Gamasha war.
Nalawa. Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Iowa.
Zarawa.
Zarawa.
Labunya.
Labudya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Lahum.
Lahum.
Kamadya.
Kabad.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabyan.
Yab.
Banakal.
Call.
For Yashwan.
Yashwan.
Nashamanwa.
Shab Makwa.
Bayan. Dara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Iowa.
Damang.
Daman.
La'adama.
Ladma.
Shatamwa.
Shaitam.
Nada. Yamawa.
Yamwa.
Ka'arab.
Kairab.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Ab.
Wakaza Bak.
Wakaza Ba.
Wakaza Zalmanai.
Wakaza Zalmana.
Call.
Call.
Nasa Yankamwa.
That's a Yakumwa.
Ashar.
Shaw.
Amarwa.
Marwa.
Naya Rasha. Salaka. Naya Rasha.
Yarusha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Af.
Ah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
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 Shatamwa.
Shaitam.
Gargala.
Gog.
Kakwash.
Quash.
The Punya.
Punya.
Rawaka.
Rabba.
Ka'ash.
Ash.
Daba Ira.
Ira.
Ya Ira.
Yair.
Why?
Wa.
Kalahaba.
Kalaba.
Dalahat.
Kalahat.
Haryam.
Harium.
Kun.
Kun.
Dawadatma.
Maradat.
Basa Irika.
Basira.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapaka.
Wapaka.
Daba Halam.
Wabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Punyaham.
Punyaham.
Kuala Wam.
Kuala One.
Waya.
Waya.
Wakwashwa. Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayah, Bahawa, Ayai, Wayah, Kaparwa, Wayah, Abadwa, Wayah, Dawa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahweh, Balka, Aliwan, Alcohol, Ha'arataza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God. For lo, thine enemies
make
a tumult.
They that hate,
and they that hate thee
have
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people. And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come
and
let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together.
With
one consent.
They
are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarene. Gabal. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As to the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zaid. Yea, all their princes as Sabbath and as Amun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded. Trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high over all the earth. So face me. All right, you may be seated. Let's start with the Hebrew. All right, so just give us 1 second. All right, so just give us 1 moment. We're going to be starting, for anybody who's just now tuning in, from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verses 1 through 7. Priest and Officer TITHES is going to be reading 1 through 7 in the Hebrew, and then we're going to be breaking down in the English. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Barak, Alahayim, Af, Nakah, Wa'atha, Banyawa, Waya Amar, Laham, Parya, Warab, Bawa, Wamala'al, Salaki, Wamal,
Awa, Af Ha'arataza, Wama, Wara Akam, Wakaf Kama, Yahweh, Al, Kal, Kayath, Ha'arataza, Wa'al, Kal, Iwapa, Hashemayim, Bakal, Ashar, Daramash, Ha'adama, Wabakal, Dagaya, Hayam, Bayadakam, Nathanwa, Kal, Ramash, Ashar, Hawa'a, Kaya, Lakam, Yahaya, La'a, Kala, Kaya Raka, Kaya Rakwa, Aishab, Natha, Taya, Lakam, Askar, Akah, Bashar, Banapashwa, Damawa, La'a, Da Akawa, Wa'ak, Afdamakan, Lana, Pashtayakam, Adarash Mayad, Kal, Kayab, Adar Shanwa, Wamayad, Ha'adam Mayad, Ayash, Achayawa, Adarash, Af Napash, Ha'adam, Shapak Dam, Ha'adam, Ba'adam, Damawa, Yasha Paka, Kaya, Batazalama, Alahayam, Aisha, Af Ha'adam, verse 7, Wa'atham, Parwa, Warabwa, Sharat Tazawa, Ba'arataza, Warabwa Ba.
All right, so clap it up. All right, so I'm actually gonna have for Dash, you're gonna be reading in English for us, okay? So if you could go through Genesis chapter 9, verse 1, and start at verse 1.
This is coming from the book of Genesis, chapter 1. SHALAM, yes, sir. Chapter 9 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
Stop.
So I got a question real quick, right? Why did God bless Noah?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's a question. That's crazy.
Anybody is free to answer. We got YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We also got some people here as well. So anybody is free to answer. Why did God bless Noah?
He blessed Noah because he was obedient and he was keeping the law of the Lord.
Prove it.
Yes, I'm about to ask. You're right, by the way.
You're right.
Anybody who's listening, he's right.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 21, prove all things.
I'm not going to say it, but I want to see if there's a specific verse you can get.
Right.
I'll give you a hint. It is in Genesis.
It definitely, any question we ask from this point will be prior to it. Is Genesis like the only, I mean, I know because the whole Bible isn't linear, but isn't Genesis and Revelation like the only linear? Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? It is the beginning, and then Revelation is the actual end. So I'm actually asking a question in class as I'm teaching.
No, I mean, it's with an I.S.U.P.K, so it's practical knowledge. So,
Is it chapter 7, verse 1?
Chapter 7, let's see. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1.
She's close. She's really right.
Okay.
I want something better.
She is right. So actually, okay, so before we get to the other one, can you read Genesis 7 and 1 by the show?
This is coming from the book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation.
Okay, so she's right. I want to make that very clear. So, yeah, I guess so. This was another one. Let's see. He was commanded to be fruitful. That's not why God blessed Noah, though. But yes, this is one right here. So the Lord, just put it like this: the Lord saw Noah to be righteous before him. Right? There is another precept, and it's around here. Just so what's up? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, we own it. We didn't even talk about it.
So I seen somebody had their hand up. Swap, you had it? Verse
He right.
Okay, start at verse 8, if you could. I'll have some.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 8.
Go ahead.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Go to verse 9.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God.
So that was the one that we were looking for. Everybody's right, though. Everybody was on it. So, yes, he was righteous in the eyes of the Lord. So 7 and 1. And also Genesis chapter 6, verse 9 says Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. So what you got?
What makes a man just? And I want a precept. Yeah.
You brought this up. Yeah. You brought this up last time.
Yeah. What makes a man just? You got to remember, you're going to be on the street one day.
Somebody said following. Okay, so somebody said following God's commands. You're right.
I need you to prove it out the Bible, though.
We're looking for a precept, though. There's a brother getting a precept right now.
5, 4. Give me Romans 7 and 12.
Okay. This is coming from the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandments holy, and just, and good.
That's what makes a man just and holy and good. The commandments. Question: what makes a man perfect? Precept. You're gonna be on the streets one day. These questions gonna get brought up.
You gotta use your phone. That's fine.
Yeah, I
That's
always
fine.
use that. Concordance, Google. I mean, somebody gonna walk up to you one day and they're gonna get to question you. You know they're gonna want to cut you. Instead, you cut them.
Because the thing is, there's a lot of people who want to disprove the Bible. That's why we're asking these questions. Because, like the brother said, there's going to be, Lord allow, a day, you're going to be up there and you're going to be teaching. Somebody's going to challenge you. They're going to be like, what do you mean, you can be perfect? Nobody's perfect. Well, there's a way to be perfect to God, but how do you prove that, though? You got to show them that.
What makes a man perfect? Swap.
Ephesians 4:12.
You might read it.
Yeah. You said
Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some. Oh, sorry, no, that's not. My bad.
No,
Just swap.
You got it, Kodash?
Nah, Psalms 19:7.
I was going to say
Read James 3 and 2.
this comes from the book of James, chapter 3, verse 2. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in the word, the same is perfect, a perfect man, and able also to abide the whole body.
That is right. I would use that as a precept. That should be after what you about to get. Get Psalms 19:7. That James 3, that's an excellent precept. But definitely I would use that after you cut them, because it says the man needs to be perfect within the law. But this is how you cut them with regular 19.
19. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
prove that, though. You about to get it, though.
I already know what it is. Convert myself. Damn.
You all right?
This comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7.
Go ahead.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
Stop. That's all you need. You don't need much to cut somebody out there. As long as you get the word that you need, it cuts them ASAP. Can't nobody be perfect. Psalms 19:7. The law of the word is perfect. All right. No, you can go back to what was it?
Genesis 9, and you can start back at verse 1.
Okay.
But just so everybody's clear on that, because I know like there's the saying like, well, nobody's perfect. Well, there is a way to be perfect unto the Lord by following the law, statutes, and commandments. So now in today's standards, I mean, people got all different ideologies and all different ways of life and their own opinions, So of course, to the world, yeah, nobody's perfect because their version of perfect is their version. This person got their version of being perfect, and this person, they got 15,000 people with their own version of perfection,
Right.
And none of them are going to be aligned with each other.
That's crazy.
So that's why, when it comes to the Bible, get the precept how to be perfect by following the law, because the law is perfect. There you go.
Look at that. Flowing like a river.
From the top.
From the top up the show.
Common concept. This comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his son and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Verse 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth.
Okay, stop right there. There's a couple things. So verse 1, it says, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. What does that mean?
To
Go ahead.
to make life, have kids.
Yeah, have kids. Why?
To build the faith, because if I could,
Go ahead.
in this time the earth had been flooded, So
Why was the earth flooded?
for the sins of
Precept.
This
This is good though.
This is an excellent.
He's right. He's right. Like I don't want you to think we just messing with you. Like, nah.
it's no sweat.
No, you right though.
Alright.
But we just want you to get used to okay, prove it.
Right. We didn't even talk about it. That's crazy. I really had all that too. That's crazy.
Said the earth was flooded, which is true. Just want to know why. You got a swap? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 5.
Go ahead.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And he repented to the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.
Most High in Christ. So, yes,
Crazy.
the Lord flooded the earth because man was wicked upon the earth. So wicked that the Lord repented that he even created us. So pretty much, long story short, the Lord had to hit the reset button. Say, hey, like, nah, we're not about to have this. But what does that show about God, though? Is God all loving?
No.
God does love. We know that. God does love. God can be merciful. But the Lord can also be terrible to you as well. But when we say terrible, we don't mean like evil. No, not that. Meaning you will be punished for your actions. If you choose to be an evil, wicked person, y'all hear, black people say it all the time. God don't like ugly. Well, okay, ugly meaning what?
Right.
Not the way you look physically, they ain't got nothing to do with that. No, we talking about your spirit. If your spirit is ugly, meaning that it goes against the law, statutes, and commandments, God said, don't harm your brother. You're violent. God said, don't harm my little ones. You
Disgusting.
You're just, I'll put it like this. You're a pedo. I can't say what I really want to say for community guideline reasons, but you're somebody that harms children. Put it like that. God says, don't steal. You're a thief. God says, don't unalive people. You unalive. You get the point. So if you choose to do these types of things, I'm just giving some examples, then, well, guess what? The Lord is going to punish you. But why should the Lord punish you, though? For being wicked. Why? Because, let's see. Okay, yeah, because of man's wickedness on earth. Yep. Okay. Well, why should the Lord punish you for transgressing the law?
Sin is transgression of the law.
Precept. He's right too. Everything Quran is saying is right.
We just need you to get the precept.
He said it verbatim too.
Right.
Let's see. The Lord is. Okay, somebody says, because just like parents punish their children for being naughty, so does God. That's absolutely correct. Yes.
Naughty.
Naughty. Go ahead, Kadash.
This is coming from the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
Whosoever committed sin, transgression also of the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
What happens when you sin, Kadash?
You put it there.
Prove it.
You own it. Yep. So just so everybody knows, sin is a transgression of the law. I know some people have their own interpretation of what sin is. No, sin is you going against the law. Go ahead.
This comes from the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26.
Go ahead.
For if we sin willingly, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries.
Okay.
That's good. I want another one.
That was good. That's also a good precept for a lot of people ask questions when it comes to the school. What if you sin, but you don't know? Like, let's say you had no idea that eating pork was a sin to God, but you eat pork today. And you, like, be real, you genuinely didn't know. But then let's say after you're taught, like, hey, Leviticus says you can't eat swine. Oh, okay. Now you know better. But then you still do it. Now there is no more sacrifice for that. Now you're going to be punished because now you know better.
James 1:15. Are you too wild? Just precept this one with the one you just brought up. You want to get straight to the point. 1:15.
This is coming from the book of James, chapter 1, verse 15. Then when lust have conceived, it bring forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bring forth death.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, does death always mean physically?
Right.
What can it also mean?
Spiritual.
Spiritual. But you can crush someone's spirit. The Lord can crush your spirit. The Lord can make you suffer for what you did. There's many examples in the Bible. We brought it out plenty of times, right? You don't want that, though. The Lord don't want that for you either. Okay, I got what? Don't worry. We're going to continue to ask one more question. Does the Lord enjoy punishing you for sinning? Precept. Don't worry, this will be the last precept I'm going to get.
That's a 5 precept too. You one of the best precepts in the school. It's in the Old Testament. I'll give you that much. Does the Lord get satisfaction from punishing sinners?
And you said no, which is right. You just want to get the proof of it, though. say, no, the Lord doesn't like punishing. You're right. We just, you got it?
This comes from the book of Ezekiel,
Yep.
chapter 33 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord, God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live.
And live. That's what the Lord really wants from you.
Right.
He wants you to turn from your evil, wicked ways and live. Live righteously. Because all the law, statutes, and commandments that he gives you, I mean, they're really good for your health. You know, stress kills, right? Like too much stress on your body over time will actually have negative effects on your body, right?
Right.
You eating unhealthy for your whole life, you're gonna have health problems when you get older. You a horrible, wicked person, none of your relationships are ever gonna work. Never. Right? The Lord wants you to live. The Lord does not enjoy watching you being wicked,
Right.
just suffering and causing other people to suffer as well. That's not what he wants.
What type of father wants to see his child suffering? You only want what's best for your child.
That's right.
That's every person on the planet. You want your children to do better than you, if not as good as you. That's what you require from your child. So sometimes you must punish your child because he or she is acting a plumb fool. And that's what Israel has been doing, been getting your behinds whipped for thousands of years, man. Every kingdom, you disobey the Lord destroys you. You repent to the Lord, then the Lord redeems you. You disobey the Lord destroys you. You repent to the Lord redeems you. Over and over and over again. Won't you get tired of the same thing? It's ignorant. It's ignorance at this point. So like,
What you got, Swap?
Go ahead. About like sin and being angry because say if somebody does something like this, you always know when like you don't act on what you're thinking, but you're still thinking what you're thinking. The Lord ain't that about you because like me, my situation, I still battle that demon and I deal with it a lot. But I still battle it. I want to give into it, but I don't.
Do you get into it though?
No, I never do.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the battle right there. Like the thing is, like, okay, we're human. You might have like a bad thought that creeps into your head. Everybody goes through it at some point. But you just pretty much answered your own question. You don't act on it though. You know, like, no, this ain't right. Even though I'm mad at whatever's going on, I know that I cannot do this thing because it would be wrong for me to do it. That right there is fighting. So
Just confused because I remember there's a precept that says something about wicked imagination. So I just, what I'm saying, those things get possible. Like I'm a person to where something happens, like it goes through my mind over and over again. And like the more it does it, it's like the more I get to the angry thoughts to that. Like I should do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it. It's, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a demon that I dealt with for a long time and I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But it's still.
And if I may, that's the demon that you're battling. But the thing, it sounds like you win it though. So like everybody has their own battle that they have to go through. Like your battle might not be my battle. My battle might not be like Quadash's or Quadash's like Alata's.
right.
But you're winning your fight though. So you want to keep winning. Because as soon as you give in, like for everybody else, like I think Radazar taught this class a while ago. Like once you let that demon win, and you give into whatever it is, that evil spirit going back up and be like, all right, well, got him.
Right.
Got him. And you're going to be sitting there like,
Why I do that?
full of regret. Like, why did I? And then the consequences follow after that. And you just sitting here in your mind like, I should not have done that. I should not have given in. So it sounds like you win in the fight. Just keep battling.
So give me Luke 22 and 31. Every brother got demons. It's some demons on brothers that's not gonna leave. Man, I got demons. They are on me. I don't succumb to them. You think I don't want to go out here and smoke marijuana, bro? You think I don't want to go sell it? You think I don't want to do things like that? It's in me. That's what I've been raised to do my whole life. But there's something better than that. Serving the Lord is much better than that. Any demon I have, I know serving the Lord will profit me more than serving my demon. I can go out here, bro. I can go out here and man, look, I can get it. I don't. It doesn't profit me. I wind up in somebody's prison, fighting somebody, maybe getting shot by somebody, into it with somebody over nothing. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Read that though.
Luke chapter 22, verse 31.
Right.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
This is what Christ is telling Peter. He sees a demon on Peter. He sees that Satan is trying to attack Peter to get Peter to leave the truth, to get Peter to not deal with the Most High in Christ. Christ is telling him, hey, man, I see him. Satan is trying to get at you. He's trying to attack you. But Christ praying for Peter. Christ see Peter as a loyal servant. He don't want that to happen. Keep reading.
Verse 32. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, Shalaki. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brother.
That's the demon that a lot of brothers go through. You're not the only one dealing with that demon. You're not the first one that's dealing. It's a brother that dealt with it before you. It's a brother that's going to deal with it after you. Your battle is to defeat that demon, overcome that demon. So when you see another brother that comes in after you, that's going to be under you, and you're going to be his outer one, and you see that brother got that demon on you, he going to come up to you and talk to you about it. This conversation I have with brothers, I'll be like, yeah, I understand what you're going through. And I know how to talk them through it because I done did it. I done lived it. That demon you have, you're going to overcome that demon. You're going to battle that demon. You're going to battle that demon. You're going to overcome him. And it's going to be a brother come up to you, and y'all going to have a conversation, and you're going to know exactly what to tell him to defeat the demon. Why? Because you defeated the demon. The demon can live with you the rest of your life. As long as you don't give it to the demon, you defeated the demon.
If I could real quick. So I see somebody said, if you have demons, how can you serve the Lord? Didn't Jesus rebuke demons? Why are you claiming them? And I got one more. I deal with them by casting them out and not claiming them like a pet. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the class, but that's exactly what we're teaching. Everybody has something that they have to deal with.
Right.
Insecurity, certain emotions we may go through, recovering from something that may have happened to us or something that we have done in the past. And it is your job to fight against that. If we're telling you to fight your demons, how are you translating that into claiming them? If you're fighting something, you're not claiming it.
Right.
In no way, shape, or form are we teaching anybody that you should definitely give in to sin. You should give into your carnal desires and do whatever you want to do. That's the opposite of what we're teaching. You shouldn't do those things. So just to clear that up, we are teaching our people that you should rebuke your demons. You should cast them out. By like just what this brother was saying earlier, he may have these thoughts, but he knows, no, I'm not going to act on this. That's him casting out the demon right there. The demon's knocking at his door, he's not opening. And that happens with everybody. Whatever it is that you personally go through, everybody's battle is different.
Right.
The job is fight back. Come to class. Be amongst your brothers. Be amongst your sisters. Because demons don't fight fair. They're going, demons always like to try to get you when what? You're alone. When you're alone.
And drunk.
Yeah.
It's what they do.
It's the truth. So what should you do? Let me get 1 Peter 5:8. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's like top 10.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
So you should be sober. You should be vigilant. You should be aware of your surroundings. And that's not just meaning people around you. That also means the spirits around you as well. you got to be aware. You got to know, like, look, I might go to work. This person may make me very upset, but I'm not going to act on this. I'm not going to let them get to me, because that's the demon right there. Because guess what? What you going to do? You're going to get mad. Then you got into a fight at your job. Now you got fired. Then what? The demon won.
Every time.
Just like that. You're upset about whatever, you're going through something, and you know that every time you drink alcohol, you might act a fool. And that bottle might be right there, and you're just like, should I do it? And then you give in. Then you done down the whole bottle. Now you acting a fool, yelling, screaming, whatever, and then somebody can call the cops on you. And now then you get sobered up again. You like, man.
And you're calling us because you in jail. Can you bail me out? Ah, my boy. You shouldn't have did it.
That was the demon.
That's your punishment.
You know, Slagi, I hope that clears up everything as far as that, right? So, Slagi, I know we kind of got a little off topic. So
that's good, man.
We can, but this is the whole point, though. Like this, for anybody who's watching who's not already in the truth, this is what we do. In a modern Christian church, you don't really get to, like, for the most part, I think like almost every black person has at least been to a Christian church or been around it. Do y'all get to ask questions? No. I know.
That's crazy.
Like,
crazy.
I never got to ask questions when I went as a child. I'm like, oh, he said like 2 verses, now he's shaking the tambourine and dancing. I don't know what's going on. I'm just clapping my hands. I don't know what's going on.
I never understood it.
I never understood it.
I was like, why I can't catch the Holy Spirit?
That's what I'm saying.
Because y'all run around this church like a track meet.
Man, I used to see this one dude. This dude would sprint around. I'm not joking. He would
All the
sprint
pews
around. This man, bead sweat coming down. I'm like, I don't know what he on. I don't know if I want that though.
That's a demon. Then that's a demon. That's a real demon.
But in here, you do get to ask questions.
Right.
You do get to ask questions and be like, Slagi, sir, what is this mean? Can I get a breakdown on this precept?
Right.
Because we want you to learn. Slagi, what you got, Slagi?
I just want to put a comment that was in the chat that you were responding to about how can you serve God and you got demons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord says that, you know what I'm saying, if you want to follow the Lord, prepare. I forget the exact scripture and verse, but
temptation.
Prepare yourself for temptation.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
This is the road that you have to, you know,
mm-hmm.
Bear your cross and go through these things, and you know what I'm saying, and stand right before the Lord while you go through it. And, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to be good soldiers through hard times. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I was bringing up, because I don't claim demons like I'm demon possessed. But no matter how much you say, oh, I don't want to have a demon or nothing's going to battle me, there's something that's going to come at you. So I don't want to be. I don't want demons. It bothers me that I have to deal with these thoughts. I hate it. I hated it all my life. But before, when I was younger, before I came into the truth, I used to give. I can't help it. I get into it all the time. So you know what I'm saying. I would be out there doing stupid stuff, but I don't want that a part of my life. I don't want it to affect on me. Like even now, when people see me, they don't know the change I went through. Like when I went back home to Fresno in 2010, I've been gone since '99. Nobody wants to be around me. Nobody wants to kick me. Like, you crazy? Like you don't listen to nothing.
Why didn't they want to be around you though?
Because those demons I used to let take over me.
Exactly.
Give into those things.
And now you don't.
And now I don't. So once they see that, and see, I wasn't in the school, but I was watching the classes online, and that's when I really started to have the change, started understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And started asking questions, and brothers would give me the scriptures, and I started understanding, like, okay, this can't. I got to step up on my part and endure. And that's what the value always tell me: endure.
Endure. Well, what does scripture say? I'm paraphrasing. Endure until the what?
Until the end.
Until the end.
Yes, sir.
And you said one more thing I'm gonna touch on before we continue. You said a word. It said soldier. What do soldiers do?
They do go to war. They fight.
They go to war. Now with us, it's not a physical war. It's spiritual warfare. You fighting them demons. Everybody in this room has a demon that they gotta fight every day. And your job is to win. Your job is to win every single fight. And if you need help, what do? You call a brother.
That's what you do.
Even if it's like you just want to talk real quick. Sometimes you got to do that. Something might be vexing you. You just, it's like, sir, can I talk to you real quick? We might not even talk. We might not even talk about exactly what is bothering you, but just you being able to speak to somebody, that might just ease the tension right there.
You have friends. That's one thing. And the truth, I remember a long time ago, man, Captain Soccer War, he told me, yeah, man, you're going to lose your friends out in the world, at least most of them. That's fine. You're going to gain friends in here. You're going to lose women in the world. That's fine. You're going to gain women in here. These people in here are better than the people out there. You see what they're going through? Them people out there is going through it. They ain't got nobody to care about them. Nobody help them. Nobody call them. Nobody talk to them. You can call me anytime you want. I ain't got no job. You can call me anytime you want. I'm good. I got people. Just call me whatever time you want. We can talk about whatever. I don't care. I ain't even got to talk. You see that brother right there? I let him talk for 2 hours the whole time on the phone. I don't say anything. I just let him go at it.
Hey, but that's a good.
That's what he needs.
Check up on your brothers, but that's the whole thing, man. We fight. Paraphrasing again. Prepare thyself for temptation. You're gonna be tempted. Why? Because everything in the world is gonna be against what God wants.
Right.
The world wants you to sin. You don't. And that's very hard to do, especially out here in America. It's everywhere. When you go to Vegas, where they have Sin City? Yeah, people be going to the trips to Miami and doing Lord knows what. Like, it's everywhere and it's pushing your face all the time.
That Vince McMahon treatment,
but then what do? You're like, nah. That's what happened. Like, scripture say be a fool for Christ, right? And people gonna look at you where we know we've been in long enough. We already know. People who might just be tuning in, it's going to other people. We're gonna seem crazy. Why? Because perfect one. At my job, they always ask me, "You eat pork? You a Muslim?" That's all. That's all I said. You Muslim?
That's so crazy.
Oh, what is your faith? Why don't you eat pork? Why can't I just not eat pork? How about that? I just don't want to eat pork. Of course, we know the real reason why, but I don't know. Maybe it's bad for my health. I don't know.
They see it in you. They're like something different about this dude.
But just something so simple like that. It's like, huh? But what it is the demons in the world. They see and they're like, oh no, he not what we want. We gotta investigate. We gotta jump him and see what's going on. You a sister in the world, and you don't have a work husband. You faithful to your man. You love your family. You don't go out and shake your behind at the strip club and all that other stuff. But then there might be some other women might look at you like, why are you listening? Why? Like he said you can't go out. Why are you letting a man tell you what to do?
Oh man.
You look strange. They'll call you, what is it, a pick-me?
That was just crazy. Like, what woman doesn't want to have a man?
Like that, it's a bad thing. So, like, I know we're getting off topic. We're going to get back on.
I'm sorry, you're such a good sister. You want a man. That's so crazy.
They mad because you got a functioning relationship.
Functioning?
How that? Come on, man. Come on, Salakia.
Haters.
Go ahead, Swap.
That's just what you represent right here. What you're saying, man. That's why the Lord loved Noah, man. That's why the Lord loved Noah to be delivered out of that, because he fought those demons, everything that was going on. It was wicked.
Yeah, Noah had demons. You think people wasn't looking at him crazy?
Building an ark?
Yeah. I remember at one time there was no rain on the earth. Today, like, we understand, like, it's raining. It's a common phenomenon. At that time, there was no rain. So now you got to understand, Noah telling everybody, hey man, I'm about to build this humongous arch. I'm about to spend years building this. I'm going to build it this specific way. And one day, the earth is going to flood with water. There's going to be water coming from the sky. There's going to be geysers. This man probably looked like a lunatic to these people. Like Grandpa said, like, just, I don't know what you're doing, but, he on something. I don't know. You know how people talk nowadays.
Right.
And that's how they're going to talk about you, me, this brother over there. They're going to be like, yeah, they weird. They're weird. But then what happened? Noah was a just man, and he was perfect into the eyes of the Lord.
Right.
Not because we said so. My opinion of Noah don't matter.
That's right.
What mattered was the Lord thought of him.
That's right.
And because of that, like you said, he found grace in him, and him and his family and the select beasts that the Lord chose, those individuals were saved. But all the other wicked people, like we just read earlier, what happened? They were unalived. Right. The Lord was like, y'all are too wicked. I can't allow for y'all to fester no more. Got to get rid of you. What you got?
Sir, that's why I tell people, because you always tell me, like, when I talk about being perfect with it, they always tell me I can't be perfect because of that Christian background that we have, but I always take them to, like, I never took them to Noah, but I took them to the book of Job. And the Lord said Job was a perfect man. And the Lord commands us to be perfect. So why would the Lord tell you that and you can't do it? The Lord ain't hyping that games. He ain't telling you that for nothing. So you have to see what the law statute, the law is perfect. So you know you gotta follow those things, you gotta do what everybody says they believe in the Lord. Everybody loves God. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't, because if you don't love the Lord, you don't. Like, you know, but,
No, you're right, man. Let me tell you, man. I don't even want to get. I mean, we got to get back on topic, but straight up, man, you really just got to look at everybody else. Everybody gonna think you're crazy. You're the crazy one because you actually read the Bible and try to do what it says to do. You're the crazy one, even though everybody else says they read the Bible and they're trying to do what the Lord says, but they don't read the Bible. So you know they're not trying to do what the Lord said. Man, you some woman who I'm finna have a Valentine's Day battle in 2 weeks, and I know it's coming. I know it's about to come up. I'm prepared for it. I'm ready to cut her. But and that's how you have to be with your demons. You have to know, this is about to come up. So this is how I should go and prep for it. For you box. You study your opponent. I know everything about Valentine's Day already. I already know how she coming. I know how I'm finna have to fight it. Well, same thing with that, with being angry. You know how it happens. You know what somebody might say that pisses you off, but you have to be prepared for it. Like, all right, that's what you're gonna say. And then also what you need to know, if it's coming from a brother in here, always remember this, man. Brothers love you. And once you get that, once you understand that, you understand there's no malice behind it. So there's no point for you to have malice in your mind towards him. Be nice. I learned that from Y.A.H.N.Na. That's funny. He told me one day, he was like, hey man, just try to be nice. Now you see me, we ain't never gonna fight. Not me. For what? I'm nice. For the most part. But yeah, all right, let's get back to it.
Yeah, Shalakia. If you could start from Genesis chapter 9, verse 2. Just finish that off, chapter dash.
This comes from the book of Genesis chapter 9, verse 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hands are they delivered.
So, okay, real quick, this kind of, no, not kind of, this explains why. You ever realize, like, we're human, but we have this ability to, for the most part, tame a lot of animals, some of which are bigger, stronger, faster than us. This is why the Lord put out this fear onto every living creature out there. You might be small, like you smaller than a grizzly bear, and a grizzly bear might like be a little cautious about you. Right. Now, I'm not telling you to go fight no grizzly bear. That's not what I'm saying.
Bear.
Don't
better help the bear. I'm not that.
don't. Who was it? Was it Mr.
That man's disgusting.
Yeah, don't Salaki, don't be going out fighting bears. It's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, this is the nature of a lot of animals. They're cautious of you. That's why you're able to domesticate a dog,
right?
A cat, even. This is why, because the Lord put a fear onto every living beast on the planet. But don't go out there fighting lions and stuff. If you get into not breathing.
Don't say autism told us to go out there that's have dominion over the lion.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, like them like you know them people that got like pet chimps.
That's crazy.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't y'all can Google it for yourself. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Don't do it. Don't buy a chimp.
Right.
Sloppy. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Question. In verse 2, I actually gave you the word like 20 seconds ago. What is this? What is it? Well, what does it sound like in verse 2? What is he giving Noah? Dominion. Who gets dominion next? Who has dominion right now on the earth right now? So what? Right. Who gets dominion next? Kodash. Prove it.
This should be easy. We bring this one out a lot.
I ain't got this one.
No, we're gonna shot. Go ahead.
I asked who gets dominion next. He says Israel. Prove it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're gonna be at. This is basically what you're arguing at camp. Who gets dominion over the whole earth? Every kingdom, someone has rulership, someone has dominion, someone has authority. We're the next ones to get authority. Prove it.
Let's see. Anybody got it? I'm seeing nobody online yet. Looking for a precept.
Swap.
I can't remember the exact verse, but there is a Esau's beginning to Jacob.
Okay, but where is it though?
That's a great one. I wasn't even thinking that, but yeah, that's a great one. That's in the Apocrypha. In second Esdras, I ain't gonna tell
Somebody
you
said
what.
Jacob is the end. Okay, what's the precept though? Y'all are all saying the same thing. Where's the precept though?
Right.
You got it? What you got?
Chapter 6.
Go ahead.
Speak up. Oh, speak up.
Sorry, this comes from the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9.
Mhm.
Where Esau is the end of the world,
Right.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Okay. Now, inside of Jacob, there are going to be men that actually get the rulership and authority and dominion. Why would they get the authority and dominion? So you know the 144,000 is 144,000 rulers of the world forever. 12,000 from each tribe. Men. You're gonna pass it down to your sons, then your sons' sons, and then you're gonna come back and then you're gonna have it again, then your sons' sons. But why are those particular men gonna get the rule of earth? So what?
It's like I don't have the answer to that. I just want to get the chapter and verse for that.
Oh, the one you just brought out?
6 and 9.
Yeah, second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9.
Sure.
No, you what?
Because these 144,000 men were handpicked, chosen, and was obedient to the Lord.
Yeah, okay. Give me a precept though. I want to know why these particular men will have power, rulership, authority, and dominion over the whole earth. The same way we know why Noah got it. Why would these men get it? Mr. Dave, faith is dead without works, right? No, sir. Not what I want. Great scripture. But definitely not. Why will these certain men get dominion over the earth? What else you got it? Give me second Esdras, the second chapter. I want second Esdras 2. Let's start at verse 42. Second Esdras 2 and 42. We'll stop at 47. One of them ones. Why would these certain men get the ruler?
Sir, This is coming from the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people who I could not number, Shalakia. And they all praised the Lord with songs.
Now Ezra's is having a vision, and he's going back and forth with his angel, and they're talking. Read.
Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns.
He said what?
He set crowns.
He said what?
He set crowns.
Read.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at a greatly.
What does crowns represent? Cool.
Authority.
Yes. Read.
Verse 44. So I asked an angel and said, Sir, what are these? Verse 45. He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God.
They what?
They confess the name of God.
Come on.
Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Let me tell you, brothers, now the same way Noah, you have to, and this is why I keep going back to Noah, saying Noah, you have to look at Noah's life and look at yours, man. Noah got everything you want. Only reason why Noah got power, rulership, and authority over everything, you have to understand, Noah was the king of the earth at this time. There's nobody else on earth. It's just Noah, his 3 sons, his wives, and their wives. That's it. There's only 8 people on earth. Who is the ruler of the earth at this point? Noah. Your job is to be just like Noah, to be the ruler of the earth, to have authority on the earth. It will be split up between 144,000 men, but you can be a Noah of your section. Keep reading.
Verse 46. This said unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them?
Come on.
And giveth them palms in their hands?
Yeah.
Verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world.
Read.
Then began I greatly to commend them, and that stood so strictly.
Now read that over. Read that over.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood strictly.
Nope.
Stiffly.
Yeah.
That began to stand. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
That's it. Let me tell you, that's how you get it. A brother who stands so stiffly. You're not swaying, you're not going back and forth like a bamboo stick. Because wind blow off one way, wind blow off another, you fall off and you go whichever way. Let me tell you something. If you're not celebrating Christmas, don't celebrate it no more. You're not celebrating Thanksgiving, don't celebrate it no more. You're not eating pork, don't eat pork anymore. Don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. There is a certain way you have to be to get rulership. The Lord is setting up righteous rulership. But how can he put rulership in your hands when you're weak? When you fall to your demons? When every time you have a problem, you succumb to what you were. Every time you have an issue, you succumb to weakness. You can't get power, rulership, and authority like that. Think about Noah. You know how many people was clowning Noah, building an ark for however many years he was building an ark? I don't even know if he was the first person to build one, but I just know this. He was building one, and people was looking at him like he lost his mind. And that nigga, he's strange. He weird. He had partners. Man, he had cousins. He had a whole bunch of family members too. You remember, he's from the line of Adam, from the line of Shem. They look at him, calling him strange. Guess what he did? He kept building that ark. So what? Stiffly. That's what you got to be. You have to build a spiritual ark. That's how you get power, rulership, and authority and dominion. It is given to the men in Israel who will stand so stiffly and confess. The reason why you confessing is because you're going to get punished for confessing that Christ is king. Christians don't confess. Everybody's a Christian. They don't get punished. Everybody loves a Christian. Everybody loves a hypocrite. Everybody loves dead people. No one loves you when you're alive, though. No one loves you when you serve the Lord. No one loves you when you say you don't eat pork and you don't recommend for them to eat pork. Your righteousness strangles their supposed freedom. They think they're free because they get to do whatever they want. Man, meanwhile, they're really trapped. Shalaki, that's it on that.
Nice work.
Keep reading. Genesis.
Verse
This
3.
comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things.
Break that down.
So, if I may,
Come on.
it says every moving thing that liveth shall be meat. So basically, you know, the food that's meant for you to eat, you're going to eat that as the meat to eat. And the green herbs are all the plants and stuff that are growing.
Now, question. Does that mean all meat?
Ah,
Prove it. It's in Genesis. The white man built the ship and the ship went down. Put me on the ark. You right about this? Put me on the ark. Prove to me how in Genesis chapter 9, verse 3, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Prove to me that this does not mean every piece of meat. If you was out on the street, somebody was like, see, you can eat everything on earth. You can eat all meat. What would you say? You can eat all meat. You can eat whatever. Think about a Christian. And a Christian is only talking about pork. Because a Christian is so selfish. Never mind, I'm gonna give you the answer if I say that. How do we know Noah knows that every meat does not mean every meat? How do we know that Noah has logic and common sense? We actually didn't go over this, but it's in Genesis, 7, 8? 7. It's in 7. When Noah put the animals on the boat, did he separate the animals?
What you got?
is it Genesis 1?
Nope. It's in 7. Think about when Noah was on the boat. Who was on the boat with Noah? Or what was on the boat with Noah? Animals. Did he separate those animals? How did he separate them? And clean and unclean. How many clean did he bring on the boat, on the ark? How many unclean? 2. How did Noah know the difference between clean and unclean beasts? Okay, but who did he tell prior to Noah? How do you learn?
Well, the Lord told him, but it was done for me being passed down.
That's it. Noah's not people. You have to just think logically. When you're reading this Bible, it's logic. When the Lord say, "Man, you can eat all the meat out here," Noah's not going to go eat a human. Right. A human is meat. Noah's not going to go grab a delicious rat and be like, you know what? Yeah, I like this 4-legged rodent. I'm about to put it. That's crazy. Pendulum, who starts a whole pandemic. Noah's not going to do that. Why? Because Noah knows the law from who? From Enoch, from Shem. He knows from Adam. It's been passed down to him. People read, a Christian to read that and only thinks it's talking about pork because a Christian is selfish and wicked and all he eats is pork or all she eats is pork. But you ask a Christian, so are you allowed to eat dog and cat or rats? They'll look at you like you lost their mind. Why? They don't understand about it. You know logically it's not talking about go out there and go eat a tiger. You know that. Yeah, good luck with that. You know I can't go kill a tiger, eat him, unalive a tiger, eat him. You know that. Why? Because you have logic. Christianity takes logic all out of the Bible. So like,
that's why we say in this class, like, you get to ask questions.
Right.
Because these are questions that you don't hear in the Christian church. No one questions anything. Like, think about it. It literally says in the Bible that you are not supposed to eat swine, right? Then you have Sunday service and they serving pork sandwiches. They got pulled pork sandwiches. You got pork chops. You got pork bacon. But then in the Bible, you're looking at it, but then you go ahead and eat it.
Right.
No one questions that. They'll tell you, well, the law was done away with. No, it wasn't. There's so many verses for that. That's going off topic. I ain't even gonna get into all that, but there's so many verses to prove, like, no, the law was not done away with.
Right.
But the Christian pastor will tell you, the law was done away with.
It's crazy.
No one questions it. It's locked. That's all I got on that. But that was pretty. Yeah, I'm glad you went over that because that was one of the things I wanted to go over. It says every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. But of course, we know because you don't even got to go to Leviticus. That's where most people would go. Because of course, he gets like the dietary laws and everything. But you don't even got to go to that. Go read in Genesis. Clean and unclean. There are certain things that are meant for you to eat, and there are certain things that you should stay away from. Because if you believe that you can eat all things, okay.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Go ahead. Go have rat stew and see how far you get. See how far you get.
My stomach hurt.
Yeah. When you're sick and in the hospital and they're asking, well, what's your diet? And you telling the doctor, well, I bought this rat. I cooked it.
He was hanging around a dumpster. He was looking
crazy.
He was looking delicioso.
Crazy. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good luck with that. Let's see. Even as the green herb have I given you all things.
Do we need a weed right now?
Somebody's gonna ask. They always
the
herb. The herb. I have to talk about it because someone always tries to challenge this. How many times have I explained this? I don't even, you know what? Slide, give me the precept where it says a man diggeth a heap.
Proverbs 16:27.
Just
yeah.
Because somebody always tries to challenge me. So I have to go over this. I feel like I explained this.
16:27.
Yeah, because somebody's always questioning, well, can you smoke? It says in the Bible that he gave us herbs. I'm like, okay. Lord tell you to smoke it though? Like, is that what he said? Yeah. Give me that precept where it says that you can smoke weed.
Right. If it says you good, hey, show it to me. Hey,
show me. Clearly there's something that I missed. I don't know.
All I gotta do is look at all the brothers in jail over weed. I clearly know it must be a sin.
You got it, Kudash? Go ahead.
This comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 27. And an ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire.
So this is like one of the main precepts to go to cut anybody that condones getting high. Let's just say it like that, right? Yes, there's vegetation on the earth. The Lord did not give you that to get high out your mind and what do you call it, hallucinogens,
right? And
all that stuff. Matter of fact, it's crazy. Okay, we just found this out. It was a woman. Oh yeah. This just happened. I think it happened a while ago, but she just got out of jail. Yeah. She stabbed her boyfriend, I guess at the time, 108 times. I also found out that she tried to stab the dog and she tried to stab herself. Now, I'm thinking, first thing I'm asking is, what happened? Why did she do this?
Right.
Was this a fight? Like, was she defending? I don't know. Then you find out that she was high out of her mind.
On weed.
Yeah. Now, that's the thing. They say it was just that, right? It's fine. They say it's just that. But let me see.
TikTok, boy.
Yeah.
They don't want you to live, boy. They gonna ban you, boy. They gonna ban this.
Well, it ain't banned, but it did get restricted. It is. But we still gonna talk about it anyway.
That's crazy.
You can't even talk about this. This apparently is a problem. But I'm leaving it. Anyway, the whole thing is they say it was just weed. But then what happened? It was found out that there was stuff laced in the weed. And she was so out of her mind. I don't know what triggered it, but she ended up, doing what she did. And now she got out I believe it happened in 2018. I think it was like 2018. She just got out, and the reason why they're letting her out so early is because, well, they're like, well, she was on drugs, so you know.
As if that's a reason.
I'm like, oh, so
I just need to go ahead and go smoke some marijuana.
Yeah,
and
but you see what it led her to do, right? She went crazy. Y'all think it's cool, you know, like I don't care if I get flagged. It is what it is. You know, like there's a fentanyl pandemic, right?
Right.
They putting that in every kind of drug that you could possibly think about. Children, sadly, are getting their hands on it, being unalived and whatnot. Now, where do you get all these ingredients from? And everybody's like, well, everything comes from the earth. You're right, everything does come from the earth. You know, the cocoa leaf, that's used to make cocaine.
Make scratch.
So, by your logic, because this comes from the earth, I should go do booger sugar. I should go do that. I should do white. That's what you're telling me.
Whoa.
That's what according to the logic. Same thing with a cigarette. Okay, so you'll smoke weed, but you won't smoke the cigarette.
He said booger sugar. Never heard you speak like that.
I gotta be creative with my words. So but no, like for real, because like, okay, a cigarette, right? All the ingredients for a cigarette, where do you think they got it from?
On Earth.
They got it from the earth. They didn't fly to Mars and then go scoop up some sand or whatever and then travel back all the way over here to Earth and be like, look what we got. And then packaged it up and sold it to you. No, all the ingredients that they got to make that something that you know for a fact is going to give you throat cancer, lung cancer,
Right.
whatever. And you're smoking it. That came from the earth.
Right.
You know, the same chemicals they put in rat poison, they put in that. Tobacco is a plant. They put that in there.
Give me Genesis 1:29, Kodash Babakasha.
It's like I ain't gonna be too long winded on this.
Nah, you too wild. Nah, because
like
that's real.
Somebody always finds a way.
Because they just want, man, they're drug addicts.
Yeah.
Once you realize, like, oh, you're just a drug addict. You're a pork addict.
Mm-hmm.
You're a sinner. Once you realize that, we know how to cut you. You got that? Let's go.
This comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 29.
Yeah.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
It shall be meat. He did not say, that's food. Meat is food.
Thank you.
He did not say you can go around here smoking marijuana. He said the herb on the ground is for you for food. You ever made a salad? That's what he's talking about, a salad. He's talking about lettuce and romaine and spinach and things of that nature. Let's go. What's up?
So the first thing that this is what my cousins say, because they call me crazy and they be like, look what you got on and all this and that. But then I say, you sitting here smoking weed and you look crazy to me.
Right.
But they'll make an exception and make it true. They'll be like, oh, I stopped smoking weed.
Okay.
But I got these edibles. And they'll say, well, in the Bible, what this is, they'll say you can eat it. And I said, no, that's not. You don't understand that is what is a modified genetic chemical. That is not pure. That is not of the Lord.
That is
they
man-made
make this stuff. And it causes you to have a head change, and it's not of the Lord.
You know, next time somebody wants to use that on you, tell them this. Okay, if you really believe that, go eat poison ivy.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a plant.
Go turn it into some an edible. I bet they die.
Yeah, go eat that. Go make a poison ivy salad, or get a whole bunch of that and smoke that. Okay, go ahead. Let me know how that works out for you.
You know, here's what they're doing, and this is. I really believe this mantra. Like, we have a mantra that we always say in One West, man. It's on my backpack. I ain't bring my backpack, but it says One West. No cowards, no excuses. That's an excuse. They think it's a reason. No, that's an excuse for you to be a drug addict. That's an excuse for you to be weak.
Precept. Kodash or Socal. this goes actually perfectly what we're talking about. We're talking about a man who will always find an excuse.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Ecclesiasticus 32 and 17.
Go ahead and get it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I got it.
Oh, you sure?
32.
Now, come on.
Yep. This comes from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 32, verse 17.
Mhm.
A sinful man will not be reproved, but finding an excuse according to his will.
There you go. That's all they're doing now. They just want an excuse. You could teach them all day. Like you could teach them all day. Do not eat pork. I remember, I think it was Natazak. I was talking to him about this one day. He was like, he met this woman and she said he taught her everything. Like he broke it down, not just biblically, but what's actually inside of a pig. Like pigs don't have a lot of sweat glands.
Right.
So all the parasites in their body are
Toxins.
stores in their body. They're
Right.
walking garbage disposal. So you heard the term, you are what you eat. Well, you're eating whatever pig ate. You know what I mean? Like, peep this. A lot of the animals that we are actually lawfully able to eat, correct me if I'm wrong, for the most part, they don't eat meat.
Yeah, they're herbivores.
Yeah, most of them are
Cows.
herbivores.
Turkey.
That's it.
They grains and meat. I mean grains and grass.
Yeah, that's it. Well, what you got?
I got precept to go with.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
This comes from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 15, verse 20.
Go ahead.
He that commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man a license to sin.
There you go.
That's all.
You don't get a license to do wickedness. You got a driver's license. You have a driver's license to be able to drive a vehicle. You don't get a license to sin. No matter who you are, you don't have a license to be an excuse maker. You don't have a license to be a coward. I feel like smoking weed, and every time somebody's smoking weed, it's because they stressed. Man, these people get on my nerves. I'm gonna smoke.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wake up. I just woke up. I hate my life. I'm gonna smoke. Man, these people get on my nerves at work. You know what? At lunchtime, I'm gonna smoke. Why these people get on my nerves all day at work? I get home, I'm about to smoke.
Mhm.
Well, I gotta eat. I'm about to smoke. Like,
There are really people like that. Like, it's like,
yeah, I know.
They got to smoke before everything they do.
Every function.
It's crazy.
Before you go to the club.
Swap, what you got?
Scavengers like pigs. Not like humans, we got in our body, we have our sweat glands and everything we can cleanse our body. We
Right.
body sweat it out and you cleanse your body.
Right.
Pigs doesn't have that.
Right.
So everything that they're consuming is in them.
Right.
I used to work at a place called Del Rio Foods. And what's the pork strips that they sell?
Mhm.
Man, we get the meat that comes through from the butcher straight to us, and we cook them in these big old tubs that look like bathtubs, but they got fire on them.
Okay.
And we throw a bunch of salt in and everything, but when you get the meat's already it has pus in the meat. You can see the pus in the meat, and they still pass through. They throw it in there, cook it, whatever. They sell it in the stores. Everybody.
You see that?
They don't sell in the stores. They make dog food out of it. It's a dog food store.
You ever seen that video where like the lady, she got like a pork chop, like uncooked, and she poured like Pepsi on it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, and like you see all the parasites coming out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what that is. Like that's why we're telling you, like, that saying you are what you eat goes back to the Bible, because like I said earlier, like even the birds. There's certain birds we can eat. You can eat quail, you can eat chicken, but for the most part, they eat what? Insects. That's about it.
Right.
Now, are you gonna go cook a vulture?
It's crazy.
Y'all seen a vulture?
Crow.
A crow?
Yeah, cool.
You gonna get a bald eagle? Eat that? No. But look at their diet.
Right.
Look at what they eat.
Look at the Lord trying to save your life.
That's right.
Yeah, for all those birds, they're predator. For the most part, they're predators or scavengers.
Right.
A vulture, that's a flying pig. Literally. Like
Literally.
their whole role is to pick up all like the dead carcasses and all that to clean it up. But the Lord made them that way so they can clean up everything. Same way he made the pig. They have their purpose. Don't eat it. Same thing with a crab. A crab is a what? A scavenger.
Right. Shrimp.
Lobster. But then you eat that. And then you're wondering like, I got all these health problems. That's why. Like, I hope that clears up everything. Slocky. I'm not trying to be a dead horse, but that don't smoke.
Please.
Don't smoke. Don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, or vulture. You ever serve me a vulture? I'm calling the police. Like I'm not dealing with that. That's crazy. But Salakia. Let's see where we at. Four. Go ahead.
This comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat.
Give me Leviticus 17 and 10. That's just, we're going to run through them precepts right here. Yeah.
This comes from the book of Leviticus, chapter 17, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever man, and whatsoever man, man there be of the house of Israel, or the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any matter of blood, I will even set my face against that soul.
Drop down to 14.
Verse 14. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore, I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no matter of flesh.
Give me Deuteronomy 12 and 23. This is how you just cut them. Anybody, I want my steak bloody. Yeah, you're nasty. You are disgusting.
This comes from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 23.
Come on.
Be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh.
Go back to Genesis 9. Everything we're saying and everything the Lord says throughout this Bible, he just reiterates over and over again. He doesn't change. The Lord does not change. Is that in Malachi? It's Malachi. When he says, I
know what you mean.
Yeah. He's not going to change. Come on. 9 and
This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require at the hand of every beast. Will I require, and at the hand of every man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man.
Come on.
Verse 6. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man.
Precept.
That's pretty self-explanatory. You can still get the precept, but I'm saying, like, for anybody who's listening, that I don't know how more straightforward you can get from that.
This is basically eye for an eye. Give me Numbers 35. Numbers 35, 30 through 31. The Lord is letting you know, man, if you are unalive, you will be unalive. Mm-hmm. You know how many people I know do crimes like this and they have to watch over their shoulders? Spiritually, they know that somebody is trying to come back at them. It's what it is. Numbers 35, verse 30.
This is coming from the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 30.
Yep.
Whosoever killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death.
Come on.
By the mouth of witness.
Yep.
But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die.
Come on.
Verse 31. Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death.
Give me Matthew 26 and verse 52. Right now, we're just running through them because for time's sake, but these are all precepts that you need. If you got to look back, just watch the class a little later. I'll use these precepts. Matthew 26, verse 52. Now I'm going to one more precept after this.
It's come from the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 52.
Come on.
Then said Christ unto him, put up again the sword unto his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
This is what Christ is telling Peter. Hey, brother, put that sword away. Peter just chopped off a man's ear. Peter's defending Christ. But Christ knows what has to happen to him. He's telling Peter, hey man, put away that sword because you're too itchy with that. That's why I don't, some brothers don't need weapons because they're too itchy with the weapon.
What's that thing? Trigger happy?
Trigger happy. You probably just don't need one, buddy. And it's okay. You got other brothers over here who are more wiser to you than you to use a weapon. Put that weapon away, man. You don't always need it. Give me Revelation 13:9. And this is what we're waiting on. And this is the patience of us. Because Christ knew this. Christ knew what was in the Old Testament. He knew that if you commit a crime like this, that crime has to be recompassed back on your head. Give me Revelation 13:9. And because Christ knew it, we know it as well. Read.
This comes from Revelation chapter 13, verse 9.
Yeah.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man can understand, if any woman can understand, please understand this. Read.
He that led it into captivity
Now read
shall
that again.
go into captivity.
Read that again.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Come on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Read.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Who are the saints?
Saints of God.
Prove it. Don't worry about it. Psalms 50:5. You have to understand. This is what we know. Charleston White brought it out a month ago, a few weeks ago. He said, there's no justice, there's no such thing as karma, because Esau hasn't gone through what they're supposed to go through.
I remember that. Yep.
We got to do the TikTok on it. He's right. Esau has not paid for the crimes he has committed. Let me tell you something. Them people back in the day, before Noah time, they didn't pay for their crimes they committed until they paid for the crimes they committed. Same thing with Esau. He's going to pay for the crimes he has committed.
Right.
This is the patience of the saints. Who are the saints? Read.
This comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5.
Yep.
Gather my saints together unto me,
Who are they?
those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Who are they that made a covenant with the Lord? All right, cool. Let's go back to Genesis 9.
If I could, real quick, just like for anybody who's watching who might have not heard. Okay, y'all have heard that term, you shall reap what you sow.
Right.
A lot of these sayings that you hear today, they all come from the Bible.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form, it comes from the Bible. Like you said, like today, and I know it's kind of hard to fathom because we have viewed Esau being in power for so long. It's like a lot of people, they can't imagine him not being in power.
Right.
But just like how many different nations beforehand, because Esau wasn't always a rulership. At one point, it was who? The Egyptians. They were the superpower on the planet for a while, right? You had the Persians, you had the Medes, you had all these different nations who were the superpower on the planet at some time. And what happened every single time? They fell. They all fell at some point. And you got to think, at those times, people were probably thinking like, man,
it's a great kingdom.
Yeah, it's a great kingdom. Or, I can't imagine anything differently until it happened.
Right.
And then you're like, whoa, that's no different than what's happening in modern day Babylon. For those of y'all who might not like watch the news or whatever, Esau's kingdom is slowly being deconstructed. Very similar to how Pharaoh's kingdom in Egypt was being slowly deconstructed. Like the Lord didn't just snap his fingers and, Egypt just blew up. Right. That's not what happened. Like, no, it took time. Time, plagues, like all types of stuff. Pharaoh lost power over time. The same way modern day Babylon is losing power over time. How is that happening? Plagues. Y'all still remember, COVID. COVID is still a thing, right?
Right.
Like somebody at my job, his father just got COVID. It's just not talked about as much now, right? I know that might not be good enough, right? Okay, well, let's talk about the economy. We always complain about how everything is too expensive. Well, guess what? Everybody else is complaining how everything is too expensive.
I will say that.
And they're getting smarter. You know how many times they threatened to ban TikTok because there's too much information being leaked? Now, I think just recently, I don't know her name. I'm not very big on politics, but some woman, I guess she's running for president. I'm not sure. Now they want to make it to where the new retirement age is 70.
Yeah.
It was already 65, which is already that's already ridiculous.
Right.
Now, you're gonna work until you're 70. Who? Till you're 70? So I can retire. You want me to work for another, I don't want to show my age, but all these decades, and then now
Young, dude. This dude,
Look.
what?
look, hey, look, I'm getting there slowly. Yeah, I'm getting there. In a couple more years. But anyway, my point is, you gonna work until you 70. Let's be real. The life expectancy for a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native in America is a lot of us
60?
like you might get to 60,
Right.
you know.
It's crazy.
And I'm also taking into account like our people who are not in the truth. Remember, they still eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster,
Right.
smoking, doing all that stuff, right? They gotta make it to 70.
Right.
Let's say you did make it to 70. Now, your life is, I mean, if you're lucky, you might have a few more years to spend time with your loved ones, and then you're gone. You know, like I'm not trying to be funny, but like that's what happens. You know, some people they grow old, and you know their significant other might not grow old with them. You know, now you 70, 80 years old, your children done grew up, your grandchildren done grew up with Most High Christ. Now you get to retire.
That's wild.
Now you get to kick back and rest them old bones. At 70?
Right.
And you mean to tell me this is America. This is the kingdom.
No. Esau don't even like his own kingdom. They've just stormed the Capitol. Like, you don't even like. Here's what I want to tell Caucasians, man. Hey, man, you don't even like your own kingdom. That's why we should run it. That's why you should give all us your money, give us every dime you have, give us your taxes, and let us run it.
You know it's a problem with Esau. Son.
He's storming. Dude, they defecated on the desk. They went in there and beat up security guards and hit them with fire extinguishers.
They were bad.
His own kingdom.
They were bad.
You know, this place is falling.
It is going to continue to fall, just like all them other nations.
Come on, man.
You know, it's like I just want everybody to keep that in perspective. I know, like we wake up every day and it's like this is another day in America.
Right.
It's another day in Puerto Rico.
Right.
That's U.S. territory now too. Or if you live in South America, they got their own struggles as well.
Right.
And you're just used to it. You're just used to struggle. Just like how we were in Egypt. Remember, we was being brought up out of Egypt. What we say? My feet hurt. I want to go back to Egypt.
That's crazy.
Like to us that sounds crazy, but that's what happens today.
And that's what's about to happen again. If you understand that wilderness that happened to Exodus, that same Exodus is going to be applied to us. We're going to go to a land that no man has dwelt. We're going to walk through that land, and there are going to be people. Can we go back to America? That is what's going to happen. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, it's not, that's all I got on that. We'll wrap it up.
Verse 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
This comes from book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 7. And you be ye fruitful and multiply and bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. Verse 8.
Nice.
Oh, no, that's it. Just verse 7. But just to wrap it up, yeah, and you be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. Go ahead. But this kind of goes without saying, but look, the Lord wants you to build a family. Lord wants you to build a family. This is a whole different breakdown. You don't got to break out no precepts out, but I know a lot of people, they have this common misconception of sex before marriage. You know, sex is the marriage. It is the marriage. All right. Once you lay down with that woman, that's your woman. Sisters, when you lay down with that man, that's your man. And the Lord wants you to have kids, for your kids to have kids, and so on and so forth. All right. That just shows again how wicked America is, because what do they teach you in America? Give me some examples. Go ahead, Swap.
I know this. I was just racial man, or this. I don't even know what starts, but
Go
I
ahead.
know a lot of the women, they don't even want that. So they rather chase the bag and all that stuff and do whatever. And like when I talk to them, that's what they be on, and I'm like, man, like I don't know, because I'm old, so I'm 42, so I come from a time where that was like the goal of it seemed like everybody, get the house, get the family, get the kids,
Yeah.
to have kids, and but
Yeah, was sought after to have a family. Now, like you said, that's a great example. Now we live in this generation where, sadly, yeah, it's true. There are a lot of sisters who have this like, I'm a strong, independent woman mentality, and in their mind, they almost view, I didn't say almost, they do view having children as a burden. They would rather focus more on their career than have kids. And oh man, I'll probably do a video on it later, but there was a study actually just recently. They said, I believe in the next, my numbers might be a little off, Slovakia. I think by like 2030, I think they said. They said that there's going to be, they're estimating there's going to be a 48% increase of single women in America because of the culture that's being promoted. You know, just work to get the bag, worry about your money. You know, you can date, do this, that, and third, but kids, But then again, these aren't my, y'all can go look it up for yourselves. You know, if somebody is more than capable of telling me that I'm lying. They did more of a study and they found out of these women who live like the single lifestyle, going to clubs, you know, just dating, not really having like a stable relationship and stuff like that. They're showing that a lot of them suffer through, that they have a higher probability of suffering through depression, anxiety, mental illnesses, because they have no structure in their life. The Lord wanted women to be with a man.
That's right.
But in America, you're being taught, nah, you ain't got to do that. Get the bag, sis. You know, you a strong, independent woman. What is it? My body, my choice. All that stuff, right? Everything that is against what God taught you. And it seems cool, right? Esau has this way of manipulating it, making it seem so fascinating on TV. But then you find out that a lot of those women are depressed. A lot of those women are coping with this by being an alcoholic, by drinking a lot,
by being sexual deviants.
Yeah, and then with that coming, what happens with that? Now you have a higher risk of what? Sexually transmitted diseases. Lord didn't want that for you, but again, Lord wants you to be fruitful and multiply. The Lord wants marriages. The Lord wants mothers, fathers, and you gave that example of the sisters. So I gave for brothers too. A lot of brothers, they just want to, like you said, a sexual deviant. You want to go sleep with this woman, that woman, that woman. You don't want to claim none of them. You know, sadly, there are some brothers out there who don't want to be a father. And then you end up having kids, and now you're neglecting your children because you still want to go do what you want to do. Because that's the culture that's being promoted, mostly within what? So-called Black and Latino community. But the Lord never wanted that. And this is all the way back in Genesis. There's other precepts we can go over, but this is in Genesis. This is in the beginning. And he's already telling you, like, nah, like, be fruitful and multiply. Have structure in your household.
Right.
Be a good mother. Be a good father. You know, be a good brother, sister, son, daughter, grandfather, grandmother, so on and so forth. Lord, allow great-grandmother, great-grandfather. But here in America, nah, they ain't gonna teach you that mess. That's why we brought up earlier, for anybody who's watching, I'm about to wrap it up. You know, fighting your demons. That's a demon right there. To teach you what is contrary to the Bible. That's a demon. You gotta fight that. That's why you, sadly, yeah, you do see some sisters who are happy. They're happy. They got a man. They got kids. She's happy. She might go through what she goes through with her man, but she stayed with him though. He might go through what he go through with her, but he stayed with her though. And then you got people on the outside looking in like, hate, like, why don't you leave him? Or if it was me, I would have left. Yeah, that's why you're single. So be quiet. Let her deal with her man. All right. Brothers, like, not in here, of course, but brothers in the world, man, you might as well just get rid of her, man. Be done with her, man. No. How about you nurture your relationship? You're gonna go through hard times, but deal with it. Work through it. It's like everything else requires work. You want to go to the gym, that requires work. You want to eat healthy, that requires work. Everything else, you go to work.
Right.
for Esau. But you've been with that company for 25 years.
Right.
But you can't slap. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll be talking about that.
I feel.
But that's it on that, right? But that's it. We're gonna end the class. The water for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna do the prayers. I'm just gonna turn this off.
Okay.
So, Shalom on TikTok. All right, so now, all right, me and the brother would close with prayers. So, Amadim, just me and the brother up here.
Let's see.
You got it.
Come on. YAHANNA, which means to Israel. Majim Wapanyan Hakwadam, which means to rise and face the east. We'll be doing the prayers in the Hebrew and then the English. Repeat after me. It's the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malawaka. Sabbath. Ratazaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Ma'aratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan Lanawa. Wakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa. Kawawath Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kawawath Yanawa. Wala'a. Tabayan Anawa. Banasai 1. Abar. Awashai Nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapa'arath. La'awalamyam. Amen.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father.
Our Father,
Which art in heaven.
which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done.
thy will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom
And power.
and the power
And glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Amen. This is a cock, the power. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kashai.
Nathan Lanawa.
Lathan Lanawa.
Hakak.
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 Larpa'ah.
Naba'ah.
Call Maka'Allah.
Call Makalah.
Wakal Madawa.
Call Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Lots of hard.
Hamata Zarayim.
Hamat is right.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakoyim.
Quiet.
Hamathim.
Hamat.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al.
I.
Rakawah.
Hakawah.
Hatama Allah.
Allah.
Garshun.
Hashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shai.
No water.
Water.
Amen.
Amen. Accomplish the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please.
Please
Give us the power.
give us the power.
Power to heal.
The power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name
In the name
of Yahweh Shai.
of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So be it. It's the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Maya Ka'ala?
Why my Yahweh
Why
Allah.
Alahayim?
Why Allah higher.
Mataz Salaka. Matazad Ya'ah.
Matazad Ah.
Alawap Yahanna.
Allah Wap Yahweh.
Ha Alawap Yam.
Ha Allah Wap
Hasaranyam.
Hasa Rani.
Hakwa Tazayanyam.
Ha Patazayoyim.
Hakaya Yoyanyam.
Haka Yayoyim.
Waha Akwatyan.
Waha Akwaf.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shai.
No water.
Water.
Amen.
The blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
Generals.
The general.
Captains.
The captain.
Officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name
In the name
of Yahweh Shai.
of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashai,
Ashai,
Ayanya,
Yenya,
All,
Hoyam,
Hoyam, Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a,
Ah,
Azoya,
Zoya,
Azoya,
Zoya,
Ma'ain,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Wa Rataza,
Ratazar,
All Yathan,
Ayatan,
Number Watts,
Watts,
Regalka,
Walker,
All, Yana Woman, Shamarka,
Mark,
Lana,
Ana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yana Woman,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Gayashan,
Yashun,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Sha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Mark,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazarka,
Zalka,
Al Yad,
Yah,
Yam Yanka,
Yemka,
Yawamam,
Mum,
Hashmash,
Shamash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Yawarak,
Yarak,
Bali Salaki, Bali Yala,
Balaya, look,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashmar,
Bakal,
Call,
Right,
Right,
Yashamar,
Yashmar,
Afna Pashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashab,
Taza Afka,
Tazaf,
Waba Wa'aka,
Bu'a,
Ma'ata,
Maita,
Wa'aid,
I
I will
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help
My help
coming from the Lord,
coming from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber
shall neither slumber
nor sleep.
nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Elahayim.
All Damayelaka.
All the Yadlaka.
All Daka Arash.
All the Karash.
But all Tashakwat.
All Tashakwat.
All
All
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Owayab Yaka.
Abu Yabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahamaya one.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ah.
Al Aimaka.
Alamika.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ya'ar Yamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Waita.
Ya'atazawa.
Ya'atazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Zafunika.
Amarwa.
More.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakita.
Rakaki.
Wagaya.
Goy.
Wala'a.
Mala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shum.
Shum.
Yashala.
Ash'al.
Awada.
Awada.
Kayab.
Kayab.
Nawa Atazawa.
Nawa Atazawa.
Naba.
Ba.
Yakadwa.
Kad.
Alyaka.
Al.
Bariyath.
Baryah.
Yakarathwa.
Rafa.
Ahoya.
Hoy.
Adawan.
One.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashama.
Shabbat.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba. Wahagaryam.
Goy.
Gabal.
Bar.
Wa'anuwan.
One.
Wa'amalak.
Malak.
Palashath.
Palashah.
Aim.
Aim.
Yashabya.
Shab.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamasha war.
Gamash war.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Iwa.
Zarawa.
Rawa.
Labanya Lawat.
Bunny the Watts.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Lahum.
Lahab.
Kamadin.
Mad.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Yabin.
Banakar.
Kor.
Yashwan.
Yashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Shabbat.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Dara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Iwa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Dama. Shatamwa.
Shatam.
Nada.
Nadab.
Yamawa.
Yamwa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakaza Abba.
Kazab.
Wakaza Bak.
Kazab.
Wakaza Zalmanai.
Zormanai.
Call.
Kor.
Nasai Yakamwa.
Nasa Yakabwa.
Ashar.
Shah.
Amara.
Mar.
Naya Rashah.
Mayar Shah.
Lanawa.
Nanawa.
Ah.
Ah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
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 Shatamwa.
Shatam.
Kagagala.
Gog.
Kakwash.
Kwash.
Lapanya.
Pun.
Rawaka'ah.
Rabba.
Ka'ash.
Ash.
Taba Ira.
Ira.
Yaira.
Ira.
Wa.
Wa.
Kalahabah.
Kalahaba.
Dalahat.
Salahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kun.
Kun.
Daradapma.
Daradapma.
Masa Irika.
Masa Ira.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapaska.
Paf.
Taba Halam.
Sabahalam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kuala One.
Kuala One.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwashwa.
Kwash.
Shamka.
Shimka.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahawa.
Bahawa.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kapar.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Bar.
Waya.
Waya.
Dawa.
Dawa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ata.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shimka.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Labaka.
Bad.
Aluwan.
Alcohol.
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 Ha'aratazah.
Psalms 83. In English, Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still.
and be not still.
O God.
O God,
For
lo,
thine enemies
make
a tumult.
make a tumult,
They that hate
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted
against
thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation,
That the name of Israel.
that the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Of Moab.
of Moab,
And Hagarene.
and Hagarene,
Gebal.
Gabal,
And
and
Ammon. And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them.
do unto them
As to the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kison.
at the brook of Kison,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like Oreb
Like Zeed.
and like Zaid.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes.
all their princes
As Zabah.
as Sabbath
And as Amun.
and as Amunya,
Said.
who said,
Let us take to ourselves.
let us take to ourselves
The houses of God.
the houses of God
In possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like a whip.
make them like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth the wood.
as the fire burns the wood,
And as the flame set the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
With thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them afraid.
and make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded
And troubled.
and troubled
Forever.
forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and purged,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou.
that thou,
Whose name alone.
whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Men of Israel, sorry, face the teachers. Just be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teachers. Men of Israel, Amijim Shabbat, Amijim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Men of Israel, Sarah and face the sister. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amijim. Oh, just Amijim. Amijim Shabbat. Amijim, Barak.
Yahweh Shema Abba Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh.
Excellent class.